So anyway, I told her, look, when you're 4,000 years old, everyone is a minor. So does it really matter? Hope, gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good time. It's good to have you here, guys, on the desert. But let's not rejoice too much, guys, because I don't know if you've heard the news, but no more men in the world, guys. If you're watching this, probably from a bunker or something in Switzerland, you and me are the very last survivors of just an inexplicable wipe, all right? The men have been extinct. They've been wiped off the surface of this planet, guys, and this woman is here to bring the news. So like and subscribe if you're one of the last men watching, and let's have a look.
It is crazy. There is no more men left, like not one single man. And what's crazy to me is that there's literally thousands of men literally complaining that there is no more traditional women, or like saying like, I want a traditional girl, but they are not traditional men. Like, I went on a date 2 days ago. Let me tell you guys the worst date of my life. I went on a date 2 days ago. We found a place, we went to dinner. First of all, he doesn't have a car, and he asked me if I have a car. I was like, yeah, sure, I have a car. I'll pick you up from work. And I picked him up and we drove there. And, you know, I drive an Audi TTRS. This man was like, oh, how do you have this really nice car? Do you do OF? Like that. I was like, no, I don't. Like, you know, and he laughed it off, but I was like, why is that the first thing you assumed?
It's called a joke, all right? You allergic to humor person. But guys, what is this like shiny bright spot on her nose? Is a sniper taking aim at her, or what is happening with this? I feel like it's in the form of a heart. I don't know if this is a filter, or maybe she put a sticker on her nose. Is it cream? I don't even know, guys.
Whatever.
Oh no, there you go. It's a filter, highlighter heart, all right? In case you want a heart on the top of your nose, you can use this filter, right? Maybe I should add it to the channel, guys, and just be out here talking with a heart on my nose.
Then we got to the restaurant, and the first thing he asked me was like, not like, how are you feeling? How was your day? Nothing. It was like, so what do you do for a living? He asked me in a matter of like 10 minutes, what I do for a living, what is my income? Do I have any education? Do I have a place to live? And he questioned me about like my car. I shared that with him because it was just awkward not to. And what I got from him is that he has no education, he makes minimum wage, he doesn't have a car, and he has like 3 roommates, and he's older than me. And, you know, during this whole conversation of like getting to know each other, he was sort of trying to like make these little comments to put me down. Like he was talking about my hair, he was talking about my skin, he was talking about my weight, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, what? Like, this is like just weird vibes. And then whatever, fast forward, the date ends, and then like the waitress comes, and you know, she's like, oh, well, do you guys like to be paying cash or card? And like, he's just looking at me, like literally staring at me, and I'm just like, what the heck? Like, so I ended up just like, it was so weird, so awkward that
I do this trick as well, by the way. When I'm on a date with a woman and the check comes, I just start looking, you know, into my purse, like, oh, where's my wallet? Oh no. Until they pay, right? Relatable. But guys, I can barely take this any longer. Like this whole victimization coming from a woman, yeah, I don't buy it. I'll just never buy it, guys. There's probably one woman in a million who is a good woman and cannot find a man. There probably is that one woman. But for the most of them, it's easy. Just stop dating the chads. I repeat this on like every video, but it's the answer. Like these women are not, then, you know, the good men, guys, are so invisible to them that they are not even part of the equation. They don't even notice them. So she says, oh, there are no more good men in the world. But it's because you are so invisible to her that you don't even exist. You're not even on the radar, you know? Now, I've said this many times, but yeah, I will say that most men are not dating material. Just because most people in general I consider to be, maybe bad is not the word, but, you know, makes you wish for more. There's more to wish for. So you have a lot of people that are liars, manipulators, cheaters. A lot of people cheat, right? I'm not saying that most men are good, or that they, you know, that they are over flooding society. I'm just saying that there are enough. All right, there are enough good men for the very little amount of good women left. Each and every good woman left can find a man. Yeah, it will take a bit more time, but you'll find him. Doesn't apply the same to men. Like men, answer me this, guys. How many good men do you know that are single? And how many good women do you know that are single? I don't know a single good woman who is currently single. Not a single one, guys. In fact, it's been years since I've known a good woman who is single. You can barely see them, right? They're like unicorns. Meanwhile, throughout the years, I've at all times known many, many men who are good men, yet they cannot find a woman. So just this whole victimization, I don't buy it.
I ended up paying, and then I was just like, I dropped him off to his house, and then I went home, and like I was like, oh, like the worst date ever. And then literally a few hours ago, he texts me and he's like, oh, so when are we going out on our second date? Like, what the heck? First of all, why? Like, first of all, does he want a girlfriend or does he want a mom? Does he want somebody to provide for him, drive him around, pay for the dates? Like, where are the men? Where are the men? And it's not just this situation. It's like a lot of men nowadays, before, like, they are saying like, your women are such gold diggers. You have to watch out for gold diggers. You don't even have any gold to dig. Like, where's the gold?
She's telling on herself, guys, because if you're willing to tell me that most guys are not willing to pay for the date or at least split 50-50, yeah, you're full of crap. I don't buy that. It's just, dude, we have eyes and we have a functioning brain. And if you have above 20 IQ, you just notice that there's like thousands of men that are willing to pay for dates, that there's thousands of men planning dates, planning the whole thing, buying roses and whatever not, all right? There's thousands of them. I see them. You meaning to tell me that, I don't know, I'm part of the Matrix or something? I live in a virtual reality? I just see it, dude. What are you talking about? Oh, every man, I cannot find a man. All full of shit. And by the way, guys, before we move on to the next TikTok, I wanted to tell you this funny story. Happened to me yesterday when I was at the gym. There's this dude that I started talking to a few days ago. Nothing romantic, by the way. But, you know, he's tall, he's jacked, he grooms his beard and hair. He has 89 tattoos, 30 of which are on the neck. So he's the type of man women go crazy after, right? And so we started talking today, and I noticed him hitting up on every woman at the gym, and I noticed women looking at him like they want to eat his wiener, right? So when we were talking, I asked him a bit about, you know, we talked about women for a while, and basically he told me that he has a few children from multiple women. He's currently married to another woman with whom he still doesn't have any children and hasn't left yet. And he basically told me that marriage is a scam, that he misses playing with women, even though I see him playing with women literally every single time I go to the gym. But I don't know, maybe he misses doing it more openly or something. Maybe now he's restrained in some way. But I think he's absolutely cheating, right? You know, and that's that. And he told me that because he used to have a beard, now has a mustache, and I told him, oh, why the change in style? And he told me, oh, because I had this commercial that I had to, you know, show up for. And so he's attractive, right? Attractive man, tall man, muscular, and he's a bad boy. And wouldn't you know it, guys? Women just absolutely wet their pussies for him, right? He sleeps with just hundreds of them. He has slept with thousands of them. Booty calls everywhere that he's told me about. Multiple wives, multiple kids. Dumps them, doesn't even care, you know? And wouldn't you know it, guys? Women actively chase him and want to bang him and are just constantly following behind his tail, all right? What a surprise, guys. Just what a surprise. And in a society where women value that and reward that, these very same women come back complaining about where all the good men. it's so stupid. It's just so stupid. And I'm telling you this story not because it's anything special. You've probably seen it 1,000 times. But it's funny to me how people will call the red pill extremist, you know, or, oh, you see the world as such a dark place because of your predisposition and your, you know, just your negative mindset. No, bitch, I see the world as it is because it fucking is as it fucking is, and I just fucking happen to observe it. You know, I've just seen this like thousands of times. Each and every time I see a man who's tall, tattooed, and just a fucking player who couldn't give less of a shit about women, they fuck him left, right, and center, guys. They just, daddy, please, right? And when I see a good man who treats his family right, he can still be tall, he can still be attractive, he probably doesn't have 30 tattoos on his neck, granted, but he's just a good man and he's decent looking. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm a 50-year-old virgin. Yeah, like, nobody gives a shit about me. I go talk to women, I'm nice to them, they just don't give a fuck. Maybe when they are 39, they reach out to me because now they're looking for a plan B. So how many fucking times do I need to see that over and over and over and over again until fucking, you know, people recognize that it's true and stop calling BS on, oh, Hidan, it's just your mindset, you know, that, oh, it's your mindset, and because you're predispositioned to think this way, you happen to notice these cases. No, I don't happen to notice them, dude. It's just the last 1,000 men that I've seen tattooed up their butts who play with women, all 1,000 of them get a lot of pussy, right? And like, in the vast majority of the cases that I see a good man, excuse me, good women don't exist, a good man, most of the time he's single, zero female attention, like nobody gives a shit about him, right? So there's that. But let's go back to the TikTok, guys. I'm just tired of people putting on the pink glasses or the shit glasses and not telling reality for what it is. No, it's not my mindset, all right? So these women complaining, they really piss me off. But now, guys, let's move on to what apparently is a crow, all right? Because we have the bird hands, we have the feathers, there you have them. But she knows English, so you don't need to be Itachi to understand her. Take it away.
Something has to be said for the fact that I willingly am choosing to stay single during cuffing season. I cannot find a man worthy at the moment. I just can't, like, not for the last year have I found a man worthy of my love, my respect, my time, my energy, my love. And I just wanted to talk about it for a second because I feel like so many of us, like especially during this time, like I'm fucking bored as fuck and lonely. And I feel like so many people are at this time.
Boo-hoo, guys. She's been lonely in more than 3 days since her last hookup with Chad on a Tuesday. Right? It's been 3 days, guys. And she's telling you that there's probably a dude watching this who hasn't touched a woman in 10 years. But boo-hoo, guys. Are you gonna shed a tear? Because this woman is bored and she's tired. Because the very tippity top, the cherry on top of the cake, is not willing to pump her for once in her lifetime. Have you noticed, guys, how hard dating is for young, blonde, hot, attractive women? Have you noticed how hard it is? Oh, you wouldn't even understand it.
So I'm sick as well, which is great. But like, genuinely, the first time in my life where I'm like, right, let's lock in on myself. Let's do things for me. And, you know, just like, instead of putting energy into someone that doesn't deserve it, but staying strong and not just caving to the like absolute loser, honestly, which I have done most of my life. I have just been like, oh, okay, I was just like, because he really likes me. Like, I'm lonely, whatever. I'm bored, like, let me just like date him, whatever, like this.
Whatever, let me just get my back broken by Chad, you know, whatever. You know, it's like, what can you do about it? What can I do about it, guys? Should I give a chance for once in my lifetime to the man that will actually respect me? Oh, hell no. Let's actually go for the bad boy. And she tells on herself, right? I've dated many of them. She has the stupid ass fucking disgusting serpent on the finger. Such an original tattoo. I know you've never seen that before in your life, right? The serpent on the finger. Just so original. But just tell me, guys, taking a look at this woman's looks, how many men would want to treat her right? Like, how many men would see her, see that she's beautiful, and treat her right? Not all of them, yeah, granted. A lot of them will just want to sleep with her. But how many? Like, if you show this woman to 1,000 single men, how many of them will want to treat this woman right and marry her and, you know, share the rest of their lives together? It's just crazy the amount of options that these women have, actively keep dismissing, and then have the balls to whine about it.
Couldn't be the worst thing, and just ignore all the red flags. I now can no longer do that. I have too much respect for myself to like ignore red flags. Unfortunately, every person that I meet has 3 million red flags. It's like, it's red flags, it's a circus, do you know what I mean? But
can you imagine being this woman and you open Tinder and you have like, I don't know, 300 likes, 400 likes, and you start browsing through 400 dudes. 400 dudes. And somehow you manage to stumble upon the guy that has, as she says, a circus of red flags. What are the odds, guys? Is the stars are fucking aligning each and every time these women have to pick a man? Isn't that, convenient? Like, wow. What are the odds, mate? You have 400 options, and each and every time you land on the guy with thousands of red flags.
I'm staying strong, guys. Power to me.
Wait. Editor, play that again.
Circus, do you know what I mean? But I'm staying strong, guys.
She is Itachi, after all. And she's doing some jutsu right now, guys. Quickly, move away. We don't want to fall into the Mangekyo Sharingan. Am I a dweeb, guys? No, I'm not. I've watched like 2 animes in my life. But let's move on to this woman, guys. She's so surprised. POV, or POV. You're a single woman in Australia, aged 25/45, trying to find a man. Alright, let's see, guys.
The bar is so fucking low. The bar is like underground. The bar is so... I actually started crying in the car because this guy that I was meant to go on a date with, I like called him and it went straight to voicemail, and I was like, hey, like it went straight to voicemail. He's like, oh, I'm on Do Not Disturb. And I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to disturb you. And then I was like, why do even men have the ability to use Do Not Disturb? And he's like, I've been disturbed all week. And I'm like, okay, then why think you have the energy or the capacity to be with a woman if you don't have the energy to answer a phone call? And he was like, oh, I want affection. And I'm like, but what are you giving in exchange if nothing? I am so smart and articulate, and I've traveled the world, and I've started a business, and I've lived by myself, and I've kept dogs alive for 8 years, and I speak 3 languages, and I'm close with my family, and I can cook. The bar is so...
And I don't give a fuck. First off, I know 4 languages, so one up you. One of them is Estonian. But, you know, Spanish, English, German, and Estonian, guys. But anyway, not trying to brag, you know, I'm simply better than this woman. Not trying to brag or something. But anyway, she's 30-something. I'm 4,000 years old. She has a lot of catching up to do. Anyway, just I'm better than this woman in all aspects. But the point is, guys, I will exchange all the things she mentioned that are quote-unquote her good side, from which, guys, if you can remember, the only thing that has value in a man's eyes is that she can cook. Which a lot of women say they can cook. Doesn't mean she will cook, but she can, right? But it's very funny. She mentioned like 8 things. Only 1 men give a little of a poop about. The rest, we don't care. Oh, I've traveled to a lot of places. Probably high body count. I've started a business. Don't care. Won't see a penny of that. She has a car. She has 3 dogs. Whatever. Ampu is better than her 3 dogs as well, guys. Just you have nothing to show for, is what I'm meaning to say. And you yell. I will exchange all of the good things you said for you to stop yell at me. But guys, let's move on to our articles. We have 2. First one is, by Matti Builder. Girlfriend wants to spend the night with 2 guy friends. Well. So I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years and she has her own business. How empowering. And recently it hasn't been going good. She has decided to introduce 2 guys she's friends with into her business because one of them has a lot of money and connections and he claims to make it work. And the other one is very good at the type of work she does. They've been having tons of meetings online and via Zoom. Now she said to me she's going to stay in one of the rich guy's houses in the mountains. He has 3 houses. I cannot read this without laughing. I really can't. But let's all act like we're 5 years old and we don't know what's happening, alright? All 3 of them are staying there in separate rooms to focus more on work and business. I can't. I told her I don't feel comfortable with this, and she keeps on saying, "Don't you trust me?" Oh, don't you trust me, guys? Famous last words. Am I right, fellas? This is for my business. I'm trying my best to make it work, and you can see we have a lot of meetings together. It will only be for 3 days. Is this weird? Or am I in the wrong for thinking that? Please be honest, guys. Yeah, no. Please let me know, guys, where do you draw the border? If I had a wife, for example, will I let her add 2 guys to her business? I probably would, but I want to know them first. Like, if it's just 2 strangers, no, I want to get to know them. And then... but that's where I draw the border. Alright, if this business means a lot to you and you've put your life in it and you just want to make it work with 2 men who apparently have the skills, alright, but let's take it a bit slower, alright? But this is insane, guys. Going to the rich guys' houses on the mountains. My hell, let's see the comments. Why don't you accompany her? This is an odd setup. Suggest they each bring their +1s and they can work while you all relax. Will be a great way to get everyone connected to the new business venture. Yeah, why not? That's an answer. It's still like extremely shady. Like, can't you do that somewhere else? You know? Why do you need to go to the mountains for 3 days? For 3 days, guys. Who works 3 days? Like, oh, this... you know, I need to go 3 days into like this excluded part of the world because I must work. Just do a meeting, bro. No, it's just so shady. If my girl did this and didn't bother asking if so, we're allowed to come, I'm not trusting her. Yeah, right? Like, she's not even asking about this guy, how he feels or something. Imagine the reverse scenario, right? Imagine the man doing this and going with like 2 hot women. On their separate bedrooms, don't worry. She's not even trying to understand the guy, it's just a massive red flag. She's just looking for a way to cheat on you and she's upset that you're preventing her. That story is sketchy personally, and if she insisted, she could say goodbye to me. True. This is too long, we're not gonna read it, but this dude says, bruh, focus on work and business. In a private and secluded mansion in the hills, really? They could have just met someone neutral, like at the business headquarters. Just say it how it is. Yeah, work may be done and they will probably get to business. Yeah. So it's just, we don't need to read any more comments, guys. This is just insane. So let's move on to the other one. Girl said she will tolerate my height. I was having a great conversation with a girl on a dating app. She's 5'1". Wow, she's a hobbit, guys. Everything was going great. Then I realized I forgot to ask her if she's cool with my height. I'm 5'3". Damn, son. I know this is probably controversial, but I like to ask because a lot of women are not cool with dating a 5'3" guy. And sometimes they don't see it written clearly on my profile. Anyway, when I asked her, she started making jokes about it and sort of dodging and not giving a clear answer. She said her ex was actually 5'3" too, but she didn't like his height and only tolerated it. She also said I will be lying if I said I liked your height. This didn't really sit well with me. I don't want to be settled for or a big part of my physical being just tolerated. I want them to not care at all or even like it. You're in tough luck. You're in tough luck, my dude. I think, given how much rejection I've faced for my height, it will make sense for my partner to at least have no issues with it or like it. What do you guys think? Am I wrong for this? I ended up rejecting her. Congratulations. This is what you gotta do, guys. Have respect for yourself. You know, you should not be treated like less of a human because you're not tall enough. You should not be treated like less of a human because women have 1,000 options, and that's how most women in society will treat you. Not worth your time at all. But gentlemen, with so many feet and whatever not, I actually don't know. I'm gonna check right now how much is 5'3" in centimeters. So it's 160 centimeters. 1.60 m, right? But my question is, for the Americans, when you hear a meter, do you know how much that is? Like, do you have a general idea? Do meters form part of your life at all? But we'll say goodbye here, guys. In case you don't know, a meter, what is a meter? Well, it's 100 centimeters. Well, what are 100 centimeters? Well, they are 10 decimeters. But what are 10 decimeters, I hear you ask? Well, 1 decimeter is half my wiener. You see? So, now we're talking, Hiran. Now we're talking. Because you like your body parts, right? It's just feet, inches. Why isn't the wiener a measurement unit, guys? I will probably use it. But there you go. Now you know how much a decimeter is, and a centimeter, and a meter. So there you go. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe if you like the education, the entertainment, the winner jokes. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.